welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer and we are back on Kinlaig today. We are going to be getting our grass area ready for next month when we're looking to replant it. We're going to be after a seeder next month for both the grass and to reseed our field. First though, today, as you can tell, I'm grabbing some grass bales because our cows are completely out of feed. So we need to go and get them fed first and sorted out. Yeah, it's going to be this grass area here. We need to get a plow and get all of that plowed. Make sure that we're able to get the whole thing replanted next month. And that will then give us an even better yield than we had from this set of grass. Pull this out. We want to possibly look at improving our cows' feed as well at some point. If we can get some silage running on the farm, we'll actually get ourselves earning even more money, which will be great. We're trying to save up at the moment for a fish farm. We're trying to get the fish farming started off. Is that going to take all of that? That might take all of that by the looks of things. No, there we go. So that has given them 3,500. So yeah, we can put all three of these bales in, I think. And that will do them well. Our sheep are not doing too badly. Our sheep have got plenty of feed. They'll probably need feeding next month. But if we can get the cows sorted and get the cows going, some of them are looking fairly big. We may be getting near to being able to sell some cows off and make some money that way. That would be good because the 45,000 we got in the bank is not going to last that long either. We just have a quick look. Yes, we have 5 cows that have reached best price. 24 months old, so between 24 and 36 months old is the best. And yeah, they are ready to sell. So 1,200 is a really good price for those. We want to see if we can get them sold then. That is a good set of feed for them. Do they have any water? I think we might need to go and refill their water as well. No, water, yeah, water is empty, so we do need to go and grab that. So we'll do that on our way out as well. Just looking through my owned items, and in fact, I don't have anything to transport water. So we're going to have to immediately head down to the shop today and grab a water trailer. Did not realize that we'd never picked one up. So our cows may have been thirsty for a little while. Let's go and sort that out. We'll head down to the shop then with John Deere, and we might see if we can sort the plow out at the same time. So we'll pull in over here by the keep clear. Shouldn't really park the tractor here, but we'll pop into the shop. And looking for water trailers. We don't want anything particularly expensive. Just double checking that we don't have anything. No, we don't. Ideally, I think I'd like to get this this Bailey water trailer. I'm trying to think if we have a use for a trailer other than doing the water, but I don't think we do. So in actual fact, I think we want to get this one for 5,800, and very little we can customize on this. This should work fairly well for us. And congratulations to Simon Hardy. You've been selected at random from the tractor driver and above level patrons and YouTube channel members. And so we're going with KL51MON for Simon. And we will okay that. That is on the back there. And then we are going to, I think we're going to HP this. Oh, monthly cost is 475. That is, we don't really want to drain the money even quicker. I think we will just straight up buy this for 5,850. Yes, that throws us below 40,000, but it's a small enough purchase that I don't think I need to worry about it too much. We're gonna lease the plow today when we come back down here, because we honestly are not gonna need that for very long. This is a nice small water trailer. We'll be using that on a fairly regular basis. Out we pop, get that connected up. Don't think we have any electrics. No. Right, let's get this back up to the top. In fact, I think we might try and grab some water from the river before we do that. Best place to do that, I don't know if there is anywhere around the back of here where we can back up. In fact, no, we've got a wall in the way, so I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to get the water. We've got some space here. I think there might be a place where I can back between the yeah, here we go. We can back between the rocks here. Should be able to refill with some water. Might have to put something up at the farm. I don't hit the road sign. Yeah, we're good. Right, back into the river. And we're in. Perfect. Refill that and head back up to the farm. I have had several people in the comments suggest that we should sell the car. It just sits in the garage and doesn't really do much. My original plan had been to use that to sell stuff, to stick a flatbed on the back of it, and to do things like this as well. But to be honest, oh wow, we could have done with the 6,000 litre one. To be honest, we have this tractor and probably eventually the replacement for this tractor to do that with. And the car is not worth an absolute fortune, but it is probably worth enough for me to seriously consider doing that. I'm not going to go and refill this quite now. I want to get on with some stuff, but we will get doing some more. We will get some more water up here later, I think. The advantage to the car, to be honest, is that we would be able to get the water a lot faster, but whether it'd be able to do what we've just done and back down to the river like that, I don't know. We may have to put something in that allows us to get water about. So we'll see about that. Certainly in the next month or so, we're going to be selling off some bits and pieces, and the car may well go. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think selling the car is a good idea? We may have sold it by the time you get to comment, but I'd still like to know. Right, let's start this up. We're going to take this down to the shop now, and we'll go and grab ourselves a plow so we can sort that grass field out. We've got 175 horsepower to play with this tractor. So again, we'll bring this to here. We don't have a front weight on either, which we really should have for ploughing. So let's see what our options are. We've got that Lemkin 160 on the Agramaz. Now that is 2.5 meters. This can be 2.5 meters. Kind of like the Lemkin. That would take us to 16,000. And our width is 2.5 meters. Our horsepower is 140. And if we switch the mold boards, no, I think we'll go with this. We only need this temporarily, so we want to lease it. It is going to cost us 816 to lease for the day. Fantastic. And we will get some money back when we come to return it. The other thing I want to do, actually, while we're here, is let's go and look for some front weights. And I think we could put a good size New Holland weight on the front of this. That should do the trick. And we're going to buy that for this tractor. And there we go. That has got it. So we're down to 37,000. I have had a look. Selling the car would give us enough money to start the fish farm, amazingly. But I think we wouldn't have the money to do any planting if we did that, which is worse. So yeah, we're gonna have to hold on to it, and I think we're gonna have to look at a contract probably in the next month. It's gonna have to be something though we can do with John Deere, because this is going to be doing our planting and getting stuck in on that. So yeah, may have to see where we go. We're gonna need a roller and a weeder as well to run over the field after we plant things. So lots to get done in March. It's gonna be a busy old month. Right, so let's unfold our plow. Put ourselves up along here. We will turn it. We will set it to allow create fields momentarily. So check that we're in. Right, and set the allow create fields. There we go. Pressing the wrong button. Right, and then we're going to try and keep a nice even width away from the road along here, so that we can mark out the edge, hopefully without too much issue. And up into this corner. I think we're a little bit closer to the road than I would have liked, but that's okay. I'm just gonna mark out basically the entire edge of this field with our first one here. Right, not too far back. Again, I don't want to start slicing up my road. And then across here like this, and I'm going to try and make this as smooth across this top here as possible. You want to keep it easy to work. Last little bit across this corner and up. Right, so should now be able to get the rest of this field done. Stick ourselves in there, down with this, and away we go. Yeah, we'll have this grass field done in no time. I've done something here that normally I wouldn't do, and we've done 2 headlands. And the reason, we've done 2 headlands first, and the reason for that is because I needed to define exactly where our edge of our field is. I also needed to leave enough space so that we could continue to plow up and down the field like this and not worry about having an issue with the edges at the end. So I've got my 2 headlands done. We're now going to work our way back up the field and see if we can get this all plowed in and ready for next month. And we will get this scanned today as well, I think, and see if we can see whether this needs any lime. I'm fully expecting this field to need liming. I think if I'd had more money here, we would have moved the cows a little bit closer to the yard, given them this slightly odd-shaped field with the trees in it, and then reused the field that they've got there for grass. As it stands, this will work fairly well, but it's probably been a little bit better to have brought the cows a little bit closer to the farm. This is certainly working out fairly well. I think a future way to upgrade the farm would be to put a cow shed in up the top there, and then have this field out the back here set up to be a paddock. And we might eventually do that depending on how far we get with this in this series. Right, I think I might go and do across the top now, because we're getting very close to that tree. I've turned the plow. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna end up with a rut in the middle of the field if I'm not careful. So we want to be very aware of that. That really, the more realistic way to plow this would be to work from one side of the field to the other. One thing about this starter farm, and part of the reason I think it is such an expensive area, is because you actually get a lot of land to play with that isn't already a field. I mean, you get you get this bit here, you get the section where there's the barn that we're gonna sell, you get the forestry area. You know, you got quite a bit with which to play with in Farmland 49 if you start there, and you could very easily start there without the 2 fields that I bought, because I bought 50 and 20 as well. But you could very easily start without those 2 and build up, save yourself a bit of cash, and go from there. In fact, as I was saying earlier, what you could do is it might be cheaper actually to have put in a cow area like that on this land here than to buy farmland 50 where the cows are, and as a result have yourself a much easier time of getting some other bits set up, getting the you know, the fish farming set up and everything up there. And then when you've made your money from that, then you'd be able to sort of revisit this and go and buy field 50 with the cows on. The interesting about 50 is 50 is not going to pay its way back for a while. We'd need to get a lot more cows in there, or we'd have to have a lot more cows be produced before that. In fact, that does beg a question: how close are my cows to reproduction? So in fact, the health of all the cows is awful at the moment. So yeah, they're not ready to reproduce because we haven't given them any water. So I've kind of shot myself in the foot. We probably should have had some calves by now, but because our cows' health isn't great, they're not producing, which is very annoying. Getting close to the tree now. And am I gonna clear it this time? I might do. Don't think we're gonna be right up against the tree with this. Nope, that is a good clearance. I'm happy with that. So we've got a little bit to clear up around the other side. The next row though is basically take us straight up to the tree. So we will go round it and sort that. But that has gone fairly well. We've got some nice straight lines across the top of this field now, and we've got a small section of the field left to do. Time is on our side. This is pretty good. I'm happy with the progress. I've managed to get around the tree. It was a little bit messy, but we've managed to do it, and that is now plowed around without too much hassle. We should be able to get under that and do stuff, and yeah, it kind of matches how we get around it with the mower, which isn't too bad. It's a little bit pointy, but that's okay. It is pretty much exactly how we would do it. And yeah, we've just got this little patch here left to do, and once that's done, we can look at what we'll be doing next time, I think. As I said, I want to get this scanned today. I want to see what the situation is. If this isn't in need of lime, that would be fantastic. If it is, then yeah, we'll have to get this cultivated and limed. We'll see how we go. Last little slither, and that will then clear all of this out. Yeah, you can see we've now got 2 ruts either side that we're now running down with the tractor. But I am very, very happy with this. I'm not sure I have a pressure washer, and we could really do with washing this plow before we return it. Let's see which is the way around with this. Yeah, there we go, all folded up. And if we have a look on here now, yeah, you can see that we've got this area here. This is all going to be grass. Very similar sized area to the cow area. So, yeah, that could have worked very nicely. And brilliant. I'm happy with that. I think we can go and return this plow before it costs us too much. And that will then show us where we are going into next month. Very much considering seeing if we can continue our field preparation next time, actually. We'll have a look. We'll scan the field. We'll see what the condition is. And if we need to cultivate and lime that field before we start getting into the seeding, what we might do is spend another day in February just so that we can have a crack with that. And maybe see what else is kicking around at the same time. I want to bring that into here. As I said, we don't have a pressure washer, so we are going to end up paying a little bit for that. Yes, okay. So we got 320 back. It cost us 58 in washing, plus 1 in repairs. So we can save ourselves a fair amount of cash if we wash equipment before we bring it back. So that's definitely something to consider, and a good reason to get a pressure washer. Apart from looking after our own kit, that will really help to cut down on leasing costs when we have leased items. I have a bad feeling that paying for the scanning of this is going to be expensive, mainly because it won't just try and scan that area, it'll try and scan our entire farmland area. If that's the case, then I think we're probably going to have to take the John Deere down to the shop next time and go and grab ourselves a scanner and do that. The hire of a scanner for the day, I think, is only about £1,000. We can check that before we go and have a look. Yeah, let's see how much this will cost to scan. So precision farming, select this to scan this purchase all information. Oh, will only cost 250. I know without looking that is way cheaper than the other. Only 2 samples. Yes, I want to purchase that. Okay. Look at that. That has a massive swath of loam through the middle of it. I kind of wonder how good that is, given that I think looking at the way that's going, this has got some really nice loam on it. This here is going to be mostly loamy sand. And yeah, there might be some sandy loam in there as well. I don't know. There could be. I mean, it goes down like that. Could there be more loam in 50? That looks really good, actually, for the yield. pH level could possibly do with a little bit of a raise. I think the nitrogen is awful on both fields. The yield, we don't know yet. Yield wasn't too bad on that field last year. Yeah, and we don't know what the seed rates are like yet. Let's go and have a look, I think, at our new field and see what it says. We'll jump on that. There we go. Oh, yeah, the pH value is bad. So we definitely want to cultivate this and pH and get this limed. So I think we might look at that next time. Get this field cultivated, get it limed, and get it properly ready for seeding with the grass come March. But yeah, we're pretty much out of time today. So we will leave this here for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and drop us a comment. A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members whose names are on screen now. Your support makes these videos possible. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the recommended video below or subscribe and help us on the road to 50,000 subscribers. And I will see you next time.